Amazing animals. I developed this lesson based on our science animal unit. In my second grade class, we are studying the 6 different types of animals and their unique characteristics. I incorporated technology into this lesson through the use of KidPix. However, before getting to the technology portion of the lesson, the students needed to do some research. I introduced the 6 animal types and gave visual examples of each type. Then, the students were put into groups of 2 and were given non-fiction books about animals. They worked together to find different characteristics of animal types. As they found unique characteristics of animals, they used the animal characteristic web to fill in any important information. After the partner discovery session, I asked the whole group the following questions. What are the differences you see in birds and mammals, reptiles and fish, amphibians and arthropods? How do these differences help the animals to survive in their habitats? After everyone listened to each other's responses, I added any important characteristics that the students did not provide. Then we moved on to the real thing, live tadpoles. I showed the students tadpoles in water and quickly reviewed the life cycle of frogs that I had previously taught in another lesson. I asked the students about the habitats of the frogs. For instance, I asked, what kind of habitats do amphibians live in? And the students replied with land and water. Then I also asked what would happen to the animals if their habitats changed. The students replied, animals can adapt to some degree to survive in a different environment. I also asked, how could the animal change to adapt to the new habitat? For example, tadpoles have gills and a tail to survive in water, but when it becomes a froglet, it grows lungs and legs to survive on land. After discussing the habitats of animals, I asked the students how humans affected animal habitats and what could be done to stop negative effects from humans on animal habitats. The students responded with answers like not polluting the environment and saving water and trees. Then we moved on to the fun stuff. The students were assigned to create a digital picture of their favorite animal type in its natural habitat using KidPix. I previously taught this program, so they knew how to use it. The students also typed a paragraph using the text tool that describes the characteristics of the animal group and why those characteristics are important to the animal's survival in that habitat. For example, fish need gills to breathe in water. I showed the students a completed example and then reviewed the requirements for sentence structure like capitalization, punctuation, basic grammar rules. Then the students got to work. They created their digital pictures and typed their paragraphs. The students really enjoyed this and their creativity shone through enormously. After each student had finished and printed his or her picture, I modeled how each student would orally present the picture and the paragraph by fluently reading his or her paragraph with expression. The students practiced orally presenting their pictures and paragraphs with partners, and then each one presented it individually. It was great to see them take such pride in their work and be able to answer questions given to them by their peers. Finally, to wrap everything up, all the students' pictures and paragraphs were bound together to make a class book that the students could read anytime.